Good morning, everybody. This is Tish doing what you do, subdivision gardening. Well, this morning I'm out in the garden, about to do some garden tasks. Today is supposed to be a heat advisor in my area. Um, I am starting off by deep watering all my fruit trees, but I have been neglecting them a little bit because the fruit season is over, but I still need to water them and keep them healthy. So I'm deep watering my peach trees, my elderberry, my loquat, my apple tree, as well as all my berries. Deep water in that area, and I'm going to also drill some holes in this bucket here, which my lawn care provider gave me supposed to be a mammoth elephant ear. He has so many of them, but I noticed that when I water it, it holds the water, and I don't want it to get fungus or have root rot and everything else because no water is souping. So he put it in a bucket, but he didn't put any holes in the bucket. So what I'm gonna do this morning, I'm gonna go ahead and drill some holes in it so the water can escape from it, and also keep deep watering the herb garden, not the fruit orchard. Okay, so I'm gonna start that, but I think it's time for me to change the water over. So I'll go do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna take, hopefully I don't damage the roots. I'm gonna take it, yep, do you have holes? You do have some holes in it. Oh, you do. And then see that maybe wasn't enough. So I see that he had some at the bottom, but it don't seem like to me it was enough. And my drill is dying. Put one more around here. Alright, so it was some holes in it, but to me it didn't seem like it was draining. So I didn't see any coming from the bottom. Maybe I didn't water it enough. So today I'll give it a deep water. And I did put some around the side, so I didn't have to do too much of my drill design, so I'm gonna have to put it in on charge. And as you can see, he needs some water, but guess who's about to bloom? And a seed pod has came up on my moonflower. And I have 3 gonna bloom, and I have a seed pod. I did do a quick snap of what I learned from the seed pod so I can have more moonflowers. So I'm gonna put him back over here and set him back down here and fill him up with some water. All right, let's go over to the fruit trees. Okay, so I'm over here in my fruit area, my fruit orchard area, and I am deep watering all of them. So it takes a while for the deep water. I usually just leave it on and then go do some other tasks and come back and move it to the next. I'm gonna try to do this one and the next couple ones, and then I'm going to go over and inspect my tomatoes, because that's another thing I do every morning is inspect my tomatoes for hornworm, disease, infestation. See any tomatoes are turning, uh, blushing, so I can take them off. They have them set in the windowsill, because it's getting hot days and we're getting rain spurts, real deep rain spurts, and some day it's supposed to have rain all week, but now they changed up the weather, and so I don't want my tomatoes to have problems with this weather. So, and then I don't have a shade cloth over them, so I want to protect them as much as possible. So as soon as they blush, I'm taking them off, sitting them on my table, and having them turn organically, I guess you could say, or naturally by the sunlight, and not on the plant. But they have to blush first. Have to blush, and it's more better. It's better, not more better. It's better to let them go ahead and turn on the plant. But I notice that sometimes, even with a gush of rain, and they turn it, they can split. And also, as that fruit, the smell of the fruit, pests come in and start eating into your tomatoes. And I don't want that to happen. I got some nice looking ones out there. Now I don't do this every day, and I haven't been neglecting because I need to do it more often. But when we have them big gushes of rain, it helps me a lot. I noticed that the what they call cabbage bugs is off of my ground cherry, volunteer ground cherry in my blackberry. It was eating up and doing all kind of stuff, and all the ground cherries done dropped off. I didn't eat any of those or get any this year. It was volunteer. But it was so much bugs over there, I didn't even want to mess with them. But I know next year, once I pull up this thing, if I come back and visit this area next summer or something, they will have ground cherries growing all over this area because of the seeds that dropped over here. They have automatic food. So it's going to take a minute to try to get those up. We got to keep cutting. One thing I like about having straw in the beds, it helps the moisture, keep the moisture in, and it helps long term with your watering. I mean, to keep the water in the bed, so you won't have to water as much. A lot of times they say when you see yellowing, it's too much water, but I know these haven't been getting water at all, and it looks kind of droopy, and it's easy prone to disease if you don't constantly have it on a water schedule. That's why irrigation is so important, I believe. Irrigation is so important because it takes the time out of coming out of doing these chores and spending 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours in the garden just watering, pruning, and everything. You can cut it in half when you could just take care of your pruning, your your fertilizing, your maintenance of the garden and the different things in it, other than watering, because it be its own system. Just checking and making sure that the irrigation is working properly. So my main one of my focus, not main focus, one of my focus is on the top of my list in my new homestead area is to make sure I have an irrigation system set up for my fruit trees, for all of my um, um, production in my garden. My fruit orchard area, my no-till garden area, and my high-rise garden area. The main garden, and the fruit orchard, and the no-till beds. So I'm gonna have 3 sections. I haven't showed you the layout yet, but I have already. God gave me the plan a year ago before we even purchased, and before we even have it was in a thought and always been in, but before we even had the opportunity to be able to own our own acreage here in South Carolina. Um, and I can start by extended garden. In my fruit orchard, I decided that on my fruit orchard, I'm not having narrowed it down because I know I'm always changing. but I do want at least 20 fruit trees. I'm thinking, and um, and I don't want the ones that grow up so huge. I want them to keep them pruned so it's easy for me to pick the fruit out of them, and also have at least 10 or more berries. I know I'm gonna have at least close to 5 or something. Uh, what they call grapes and the blueberries and stuff like that. So it'll probably be about the same amount of the berries as well as the trees. So these are doing a good deep water. Even though I see it draining out, I make sure it drain out real good, like it's just pouring out, so I know it has the amount that it needs. Subside this hot, this weather, this heat, massive heat that we have, heat advisory. So usually if you come out early to do your watering, do it. It's a must now, and especially in the south, because this heat is treacherous. Um, these cool towels, I think I'm gonna get some of those. Some cool towels go on your neck. It's real good. I don't have my neck scarf on. I had to use a scarf because I do this now because something had bit me on my neck a couple times, and so I keep things around my neck now and spray my neck and shirt and stuff like that, so it won't nothing won't bite me. So yeah, so make sure you keep everything hydrated, including yourself. Keep your plants hydrated. Hydrate them early in the morning. I'm still late coming out. I need to get out here about 6:30. Get up at 6. Get out here at 6:30. Get up at 5. I need to set my time not at 6, maybe at 5:30 to get out here by 6:30. Water, be done. Prune, done by 10. Hot days like this, get them done. Hydrated, deep water. If you deep water in the morning, if you really deep water in the morning, they'll survive the whole day. But if you don't deep water, you're gonna have a problem. I don't know what happened to my fig. They're growing nicely, and then all of a sudden, all the leaves fell out the second time, and then the figs fell out. But I see always new leaves coming back, and it's always showing me that at the bottom, like it's got enough water, but no, it don't. It don't like to have wet feet, but I know it needs. When I pull it, it's dry. So if the water just running through, that means it's dry. It need to be moist real good, and then it'll be good. So I'm almost done with all these right here, and then once I get to the back side, and the juju berries, I gotta look and see what they look like, because I see berries on the bush, but I don't know if those are juju berries you're supposed to eat, because I don't know if I'm supposed to get any this year. So I'm gonna look it up. I wanted to try that, but I haven't looked up um, um, what the berries look like, what to eat, when to eat them, when it's a good time. I haven't looked up all that, but I knew it was a great sale to get it, and I couldn't beat the deal, so I went ahead and got it. They have a different type of fruit tree, but I do want to have my own pineapple. I want some banana trees. I wouldn't mind having some lemon and lime trees, as well as a different our fruit trees, the ones I like, and persimmon tree. I like persimmon. I had some of them a couple years ago, maybe 4 years ago, when one of my student grandparents has a tree, and she brought me some, and I didn't even know what it was, how to eat them, and eat. Very good. It was very good. I mean, I didn't know, and so I enjoyed it. So I said I want to get one in my fruit orchard. And like I was also, I call this a fruit orchard. I know when people say orchard, it's huge. Hey, you can call what you want to call whatever you have. If you want to have 2 plants, okay, 2 fruit trees. Guess what? That's your fruit orchard. I just accumulate these over time. Since I've been here, I think I didn't bring any fruit trees here to this property. I'm in my 4th year here, so I've been here 3 whole years, and I accumulate these fruit trees by going to different sales, find them on sale at different box stores, and also at different um, festivals and different things like that. I noticed that the box store grape things did well. I had to learn how that, and I did all my blackberries I got for festivals, and my blueberries from different plant sales in locally, and most everything else except my peaches and my apple trees I got from the box stores. Now, with those said, in both arenas, they did well. It's based on how you take care of them, I believe, more than the thing of where you get them from. So take care of your, make sure you take care of your stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna let that water, and that's in one of the berry things. I got about 5 minutes and let that drain in, and I'll take care of the next 5 over here. And we're going in the garden and check out the tomatoes. So I'm going to finish checking on my fruit trees, the watering, switching it over, and looking through my tomatoes, and check the rest of the garden out, and stay tuned. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm seeing some holes in my tomatoes. I don't see any leaves eaten, but I'm gonna put on my other glove because I don't know what it is. But some of my tomatoes on this cherry tomato plant here have holes, and they have some pus looking nasty stuff. So I'm gonna take off this whole thing right here. I'm gonna let you see it. And it got a lot. Ooh, that's a hornworm. See? He's eating in my tomatoes. I found one. So that's what I noticed. So I'm taking that off, and he's little. So I know they're coming. I don't know if he's a hornworm or, yeah, he looks like a hornworm right here. Let me find it. Can you see it? He's up in here. See him around there, wrapped around here, and he done put holes and got nests up in here. Some kind of fungus looking holes are eating through these bunches of tomato. So I would prefer to take him out now than to have a problem later. So I haven't seen leaves eaten, but I have seen that. So I know this is the season. Usually they come out and start tormenting my area. And this right here got another hole in it. So I'm taking him off too. A whole bunch of this. So I won't have any on that. So I'm thinking it's a hornworm or worm. I don't know. What usually be hornworms on these. So I'm going to say it is one. It might not have been a hornworm. Could have been just a worm. Not sure. I don't know what it was. But I'm taking them off. He had to come off. So still looking. And that's good when you do spot checks. So if you get them early, that's a good sign. I don't want to do any more sprays on anything right now. And that's because the season is getting more dense, and I'm getting more fruit production coming out, and I don't want any of those to be sprayed. So I'm looking for them, because usually if you see one of those like that, you'll have some more damage, and you don't want to keep the damaged tomatoes or stuff on there, because it gives opportunity for disease and more pests to come and hibernate on your tomatoes. Wrap that around. Let me check what's going on. I see a lot of little leaves. Ooh. Checking through my. Look at that. So, getting like a forest through here. Make sure everything's looking okay. So I'm gonna cut this limb, and this one, and this one. So I did cut those off and I took care of that. I didn't see any more. We're gonna check out this, and I'm about to put you in the shade because the sun is beaming on my camera. Well, I'm sorry I had to, because it's getting hot out here and I didn't have my umbrella up. I'm afraid to put it up because it's above my thing, because above my camera. Ooh, something feel like it bigger. Because sometimes the wind come and knocks it over. But I am going to continue to water and seeing what I can pick. But I did a heavy harvest yesterday, so it's probably not too much to pick right now. Just keeping the area um, hydrated, just like we have to stay hydrated. Keep our plants hydrated. If you got a drip irrigation system, kudos. Keep it. Watch. Make sure your plants get water. If you can, put shade cloths over your peppers and tomatoes and stuff. Do that with this, especially if you're in the south, because this heat is treacherous. We have heat advisors. Just keep it hydrated. Deep water in the morning. Try to get out early as possible. Deep water. The nighttime, I don't really prefer really watering at night, because I just don't. Because it cools off at the night. The plants get time to spread it wings and its leaves out more than curling up to save the energy. So if we deep water in the mornings, it helps during the day of the treacherous heat, and also helps it with the cooling off at night. Also, tomato plants, remember I told you they are very, very needy. Needy. Check your tomatoes every day. Check your plants. Check everything. Make sure you keep it airy. Irrigate. Make sure you have airflow. Crossing up um, leaves and too much bigger branches and all that stuff. It's not good for the plant. And make sure you don't have any leaves touching, any stems or leaves touching the soil or where it can just saturate in water. Tomatoes don't like that. Peppers don't like that. Also, they're heavy feeders. Make sure you fertilize your stuff on time. And if you forget, just go back and do it. Don't forget them. Don't forget about them. And be patient of the color, of the changing of the color to the proper color of your tomatoes or your plants, because we want them to change. But we say, oh, they big. Come on, come on, come on. We're impatient. We have to learn patience with them, especially at the time period you have put your plants out. Because if your neighbor tomatoes have already have coming off the bush, they might have planted theirs earlier than you. You might have planted yours later. You might have a different variety that take a longer time to produce. So just be patient. Check, make sure everything is good. Like I found some where hornworms or worm, I think it was a hornworm, it was a baby, that went in my cherry tomatoes. And because of the inspection, keeping an eye on it, making sure I'm taking care of my plants and making sure I'm fighting off the predators that's coming to try to attack. But I have gotten a great harvest so far, and I'm looking for more to be able to give away and to preserve for this upcoming season. Okay, this is Tish, just doing what you do, subdivision gardening. I'm going to finish up gardening, gardening, finish up deep watering, hydrating my plants before this heat wave come out more treacherous than what it is, and that's what I'm gonna do. So let me get finishing. I'm doing my pepper beds now. Then did my squash bed. I'm pulled up half of my squash. I think I got about 3 more plants in there. Gonna do the other bed. Last one gonna get done is I might do my tomatoes first. I did them yesterday. They're gonna get done first because they got fertilizer with 511 yesterday. I'm gonna water them next, and then I'm gonna move over to the cantaloupe and watermelon and the cucumbers and what else is over there? Sweet potatoes, lupus, and the ginger and turmeric, and that's it. So the beans and the tomatoes are getting watered next. All right, be blessed. Remember to continue to do what you do. Don't have to copy anybody else. Be you, do what you do, and make sure also you remember to do what God has called you to do. Be blessed. Bye now. So right now I'm checking my tomatoes. I'm gonna put my glove on. Glove, like I said, I only seem like I glove one hand and the other hand be free. I don't know. It's something about me feeling it, but if I see something, I end up. So I always try to clean my pruners with some alcohol, and I gotta get me a rag. I didn't bring me a rag out, but I usually keep some in my bin. Okay, so I got me a face rag. I keep rags in a bin with all my gloves and outside rags and stuff. Keep it in a bag, a plastic bag. It's the one, let me show you. Try to keep my things. And I'm gonna tell you, those totes from Walmart that have the lock and seal tops, the regular ones, they work. Water don't get in them. And I think it was bent a little bit and the water got in one time. But other than that, I never had a problem with water getting in them. These bags from the Dollar Tree, you get two in them. You can get a real huge one and smaller one like this. I seal them up, keep all my wash gloves and aprons as well as rags in here. Nothing gets in them. So before I get started, I'm gonna let you go ahead and just look, and I'm gonna go and change the water again to the next berry bush. I'm so glad they don't have a heat advisory, not a heat advisory, I mean a water. So first of all, I got my snips ready. I'm looking, put them in my hand because I see something already. Disease. This is like, I don't know, brown spots. I don't like them in my plants. Every day seems like I'm clipping. If it's already spent, sections on my plant that, like I already pull the fruit from it, I take them off. Any low bearing, I'm gonna take this off and show you. And see, I got, let me see it, little spots on them. Look like something trying to eat up through the leaves and everything. I check them out, cut it off. Don't want to affect no more of my plants. And I do this every day. I go through here and check. This one got, this right here is a sucker. And I have rarely this year cut any suckers off of my tomatoes. I rarely cut any suckers off my tomatoes. And I'm also looking for hornworms while I'm doing this and being careful because I don't like them. Sometimes I miss them and they be so huge, like they're trying to attack me. And you know, also the tomato leaves, the ones that the ones that's so long, they're good for trellising. If you wrap them around your poles or all that stuff, it helps stabilize the tomatoes as well. This over here is this part. Okay, looking at my stuff. Down. That. This crossing over that one. Any branches that crossing over to another one, take it off, because when it rains, it just settle water on it and cause disease. Um, if that branch is not a sucker, just take it off. This needs some support, so I'm gonna have to find my support beams to get some of those done. I'm looking over here. Some of these may look like brown spots, they did not, but it really is the color of the tomatoes. These tell me that these ones are Cherokee purple because it got purple rims on the leaves. So that's not disease. This one got white spots on it. And I'm little bit on it, so I'm gonna take that off. Some kind of fungus. And if you're not able to take off the whole branch because of some reason was attached to, just take off that portion of the leaves. It'll stop the growth from that, but that's a good thing. This is bent right here and it got stuck on there. That's fine. I don't need this one over here. Some of these snips are just ridiculous. These, I thought they was gonna be awesome, but you see this, keep sliding up and down. You have to hold it with your thumb when you snipping. If not, it's gonna end up sliding up when you upside down and it'll stop you from snipping. I don't need that. So let me see. I gotta go change the water over to the next. I shouldn't have too much to pick today because I picked heavy yesterday. I did a heavy picking and pruning yesterday, just checking everything out, taking my time, looking and seeing any of my leaves have been ate up. That's how I can tell it's a hornworm, but I haven't. And I think one thing that was good about it, because I did early neem oil and BT. When I first saw the first one, I've just been doing it periodically, and then I stopped. And I haven't did it since then. And this one look like I have something going on with this. Ooh, I don't know what that is. And they all in worm that ate through my tomatoes right here. I want y'all to see this. Hold on just a second. Let me go and change the water. All right. I decided to extend my first video a little bit more. There you go. And I am going to pick these beans. I have not picked beans, and when I picked the big harvest yesterday, I didn't pick any beans, string beans. So these are Blue Lake beans and also some regular beans. I think I threw some yellow in here and some other beans in here, but it's supposed to be stringless majority in here. It doesn't matter because I cook them all. So I'm gonna look through and see if I got any more beans. I see a lot of growth in this area. It wasn't like this a while ago, and I don't see. I'm watering the bed as well, and I'm going to pick and see what I have. I see some yellow beans in here. Some have over. Some have went to seed. That look like too because I didn't pick them. I'm gonna let it drop. Okay. See a lot of flowers, so new ones coming in. I just want to see that have any more. I got a bowl full that I can stir fry, but not enough to make a pot of string beans. So might have to go to the farmer's market, get some smoked turkey, and make me a pot of string beans coming up soon. Oh, get through here. I had to stick it somewhere else. Try to break it down. All right, let's see what we got. Do we got any beans up in here? Not too many. I see some growing, but not too many that are ready. New plants shot up. I must the seeds that didn't come up first, they look like they're coming up now. So they are thick in here. See a lot of beans that's coming. They're not ready yet. I can add these to the beans that's in my bowl. So maybe I'll stir fry some. Oh, there's quite a few over here. Got a handful. Okay, I have quite a few of these asparagus beans. Some of them that got too tall up here, and I have to let them go. I throw them in the back. Try to put my glove on for this because the ants love, the red ants love to go around these beans. They're not eating it. I don't know what they're looking for, but this one's too big. Just right. I had so many last year. Oh my goodness. So the more you cut, the more grow with these. I gotta find a spot in my bean things I won't. I don't know what that is. It's raw. I don't like the way that feels. Everywhere. Put that down. Yeah, no. Those are too big. These are just right. Put it over here. Almost finished. Deep water in this bed. Uh-oh. I always try to leave me a foot space, a foot placement, so I can get over here and get these beans on this fence. I don't think I would do it like that again. I'm trying to get off me. Them red ants ain't no joke. All right, got a little bit, not too many beans that I've seen so far. I see a lot of flowers, so I'll probably be getting beans in a couple of days. By this weekend, I'll probably have to come out here and pick it again. Because this bed is looking good. This bed is looking good because this bed was not this full before. Okay, I think I'm good with this bed now. I don't deep water, let it soak, because usually it drains back because it's a slope. So if I put the water one way, it'll drain all the way through. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the tomatoes. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that, how well this bean area is done and how me picking the beans. I got quite a few, just a little bit, enough to add with my other one for stir fry. But I thought it was gonna be a whole lot of beans in, but I see a lot of flowers. So give it a couple more days, then I'll be having more beans to pick. All right, be blessed.